Welcome back to Scotty's Hobbies. Today, here in the garage, we got a Monte Carlo in here. Came in, check engine light. Check engine light is a P0420, so it's a cat code. But we were looking at it, and I did notice, I heard some like hissing sound, some like suction sound. So I was like, vacuum leak, we need to check that out. So a vacuum leak can cause a catalytic converter to go bad. And I think that's the situation on this vehicle. But I'm going to show you real quick how I find vacuum leaks. It's a really easy process. Of course, a propane enrichment test would be the best way and the right way. But I use brake clean, and I'm going to show you how I use the brake clean to find a vacuum leak on this vehicle. So let's get this thing set up, and I'm going to show you real quick how I did it. All right, to do this, I used that new Mucar OBD2 Bluetooth bidirectional AI diagnostic tool I got. What I did is got onto live data, so I'm reading short-term, long-term fuel trim, and that's how I'm going to see if the fuel delivery changes when I'm spraying the brake clean onto this engine. So let me get a little bit further into it and bring you back. Got the scan tool where I could see it right now. The bank 1 long-term fuel trim is 16%. The bank 1 short-term is darn near 3%. I could hear the suction or the hissing sound from around here. So that's what I was going to focus on, or that's what I would focus on. Get some brake clean. And really what I'm going to do is any vacuum line or anywhere that would get vacuum, so the throttle body to intake gasket, your fuel pressure regulator, vacuum line, anything that you think would get vacuum or have supplied vacuum at this time, you're going to want to check it. So let me tell you right now too, if you have a fouled spark plug wire, you're going to find it with brake clean for sure. So beware when you do this. You can cause an ignition source to blow up. It doesn't blow up the car, but you're going to get a huge flash of flame in your face, and trust me from experience, it's no fun. Alright, so what I'm going to do is spray the vacuum lines. While I'm spraying the vacuum lines, there's two things I'm going to do. I'm going to listen for an RPM change, and I'm also going to watch these numbers right here, because right now it's wanting to go rich, and it can't. It's doing the maximum rich that it can, and the O2 is still not coming down, the oxygen. So when I spray the brake clean, it's going to richen up the mixture, and it's going to cause the fuel trim to want to go a little bit lean. So follow my vacuum lines anywhere that I would have vacuum. I'm watching that, nothing's changing. Now watch this. This is where it is where I found the vacuum leak. Under the throttle body, looking over here, everything just went to where it's going to go super lean. It wants to lean everything out. And I'm not sure if you could hear it, but the RPM, the range of the RPM really changed too. So I know the vacuum leak is somewhere over here. And we start looking, and I know the vacuum leak's going to be under there, because that's whenever I spray the brake clean right there, that's when the RPM changes. So I started looking. Down on the bottom, there's an EGR valve gasket down there. Watch, listen to this. RPM is going up and down super erratically. Over here, these numbers, they're going to where the computer wants to go really lean. It actually looks really good when I add the fuel. If the vacuum leak is big enough, it will die out. Now that you know where the vacuum leak is, you can look around, see what's going on. And again, this one ends up being the EGR gasket to the intake down under the throttle body is bad. So we're going to take this all off to pinpoint exactly what's wrong. But we know the vacuum leak is down there right now. Alright, now I'm not sure if you can see it, but down under there, let's see. Hopefully you can see it, but right down there, there is a EGR to intake gasket and it seems to be leaking. Now that's how I find vacuum leaks, really fast. 9 times out of 10, I can find them. I like to think I'm really good at finding vacuum leaks and electrical issues. So if you're looking for a vacuum leak, you think you got a vacuum leak, this is one easy way to do it. You don't have to have that scan tool. It just makes it a little bit easier for you to find the leak. You can see the computer actually changing when you're spraying the fuel additives, such as the brake clean or propane if you're using a propane enrichment. But again, really easy to do it. Doesn't take too long. The Mucar OBD2 scan tool that's right there, they're fairly cheap. They're around 500 bucks. There will be a link in the description below for that. And this scan tool is really my favorite scan tool that I have gotten, other than like my snap-ons and stuff like that. This one's very comparable to the snap-on scan tools for a very affordable price. So if you're looking for a scan tool, the Mucar, what is it, 892 BT is the way to go for sure. Thanks for checking out Scotty's Hobbies. I really appreciate you guys watching. Comment below if you have any questions. I'll see you guys in the next, hopefully helpful video.